Hi everybody, this is the continuation of yesterday's video about the flash flood in Himalaya and how we are responsible for it. And what are the steps that we need to take for a sustainable living so that we can save some amount of carbon being added to the atmosphere and also ensure that our actions result in helping Mother Earth to recoup or recover. So I'm starting with around 30 points today for a sustainable living, and all of us can do this, and you don't have to invest anything on doing any of these things in a major amount. So switching bulbs to all LED bulbs, I think all of you know about switching to LED bulbs will save a lot of power. And also switching your fans to BLDC fans because they are also very energy efficient and you get soundless sweep when you are using BLDC fans, and I have already switched to BLDC fans in my home. Cleaning your air filter before the summer begins and cleaning your air filter after the summer ends, and keeping your air filter cleaner in your AC will actually help in reducing less power, and you will also have a better cooling effect. So that is one thing. And optimizing the usage of AC. If you really need AC, then you use it, or else you use only when you are in the room. So that I need not have to speak about it. Again, coming to remote batteries, replacing them with rechargeable batteries is one option. And this I found it very interesting. Standard shipping methods when we are buying a lot of things on Amazon or Flipkart. If you go for express or premium shipping, then it has to fly all the way from Delhi or any place of origin all the way to your place. Then it becomes a nightmare, adding a lot of carbon into the atmosphere. So use always standard shipping, plan your purchases accordingly and use the standard shipping. This can help a lot. And every day we see trucks and trucks of load coming across and trucks of load returning back. Can we minimize on our returns, because even that adds, it's not coming free. It might be free for me, but it may not be free for the earth. It comes at a cost. So that thing I found it very interesting was keeping your friends close is very important, but keeping your local farmer closer is even more important. So always source your food from your local farmer. Just during this summer, we procured all our raspberry mangoes from our local farmer and vendor who deals into mangoes, and we avoided a lot of diesel being burnt for transporting the mangoes. If possible, grow it yourself. Not all of us are lucky to have land and to grow it yourself, but if that is possible, do it. I am very thankful to Venu, who always invites me to his farm, and then we go and get fresh fruits from the vegetables from his farm, and we are very lucky in that matter. And plugging off laptop or mobile and not doing any overnight charging. And when you are not using your equipments, it is better to switch them off, because even if you keep a small mobile charger on, that consumes power and that you can save. And you know how much of power we consume in 1 year just to charge our phone? We consume about 7 kilowatt hour. And you know how many phones are there in the world? There are about close to 4 billion phones. So 4 billion into 7 kilowatt is 28 billion kilowatt of power is required only to charge our phones. So I am thinking of buying a solar charger for my phone so that I have a sufficient window space in my office and I can charge my mobile phone using that. And using refurbished electronics is always a better option. If you can do it, you can do that. And streaming is very common nowadays. We go to Amazon Prime or Netflix, and then I watch my own set of web series or movies on my mobile, and my daughter watches it on her mobile, and my wife watches her serial on mobile. So all three of us are streaming, and this is contributing to a lot of data traffic across the world into our phones. So if all of us can decide, just like the good old days of Doordarshan, and sit in front of TV and watch Netflix or whichever episode or whichever things you want, then it will be more meaningful and we can all sit together and enjoy. Compost your food scraps. This is one thing which I've been doing for the past 6 years. None of the biodegradable waste goes out of my kitchen or my home. It directly goes into my compost bin or to the pots which I have in the terrace, which again I have covered my terrace with 40% of my terrace is covered with the garden. So thereby it reduces the amount of heat radiation coming out of it. And switching off your computer or laptop, already I mentioned. Cleaning out your inbox. I had about 13.97 GB of data being stored in my Gmail account, and Gmail was sending that you are close to 90, you exceeded 90% of the storage of the 15 GB. So either you buy extra storage or you need to clean your inbox. So I deleted about 8,000 emails, most of them either OTP or bank transactions or anything, which either way I can get from the bank statement. So I've deleted all those things, and unwanted promotional emails and other things which Gmail was not filtering earlier days. So they all were sitting in the inbox, and those have been cleared. So if you clean your inbox, some data center somewhere in the world will be reusing that space for somebody else, and thereby we can share our resources, and we can do that. And using stairs, bike, and public transport, working from home are all other options. Traveling in off season is one thing which I learned you can really enjoy at a much lesser price. You can travel faster. You don't have to wait in long queues or get stuck in traffic jams. So traveling off season. And we are traveling, keep your travel wardrobe as low as possible, so that it helps the airline also to burn less to carry your luggage. If each one of us carry only what is required when we are traveling, I think that will be a big plus, because every kilometer aeroplane flies, for one passenger we burn about 285, we add about 285 grams of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And then slow down your fashion. Reuse your old clothes or postpone your things. You want to buy something in Dasara, push it to Deepavali. If you want to buy something in Deepavali, push it to New Year. And every time you push by 15, 20 days or 1 month, you are adding a lot of things back to Mother Earth. Tea bags, dip chai is one thing which I tried out in my garden. I used to have a lot of green tea in the morning, me and my wife. And then I didn't want to throw out the dip chai bag. I used to dispose the chai dust into the pots, and then I made a small experiment with those small sachets, what we get, white sachets. They don't decompose. So we need to come out of dip chai culture and then make your own chai and then drink. Wet wipes we of course use either for kids or for ourselves. Instead of that, we can switch to a handkerchief. Wash your face with cold water and then use a handkerchief or a hand paper, the towel, cotton towel. And encourage your local recycler. That is one thing which we could always do. Smarter. Sip smarter. No disposable cups. Have your own things. And say no to bottled water. Even in your office, have a jug. And then you can refill that and you can use it, or you can go for a copper bottle which is available right now. And whenever you are traveling for a one-day travel, you can pack your snacks, and that definitely helps. My mom used to even carry cucumber and some snacks whichever was left out in the home. Whenever we used to go to any theater, in those days they were allowing snacks, so we used to have it during the interval, and that way we can help. Paper towels, say no to paper towels and use cotton napkins, as I mentioned earlier. Print smarter. I think always you all know that we need to print only when it is required, or else become paperless, or less paper at least. Borrowing beats buying. So don't hesitate. If somebody is having some gadget or anything you want to use for a small duration of time, borrow it instead of buying it. Of course, even I need to follow this. Many times I go and buy stuff. And the one thing which I found very interesting was, there is a search engine called Ecosia, ECOSIA, which is similar to Google. And every time you search, and every time they get an ad, they use that ad money to plant trees across the world. So switch to Ecosia from Google. I know we all go to Google for various things. Please try Ecosia, ECOSIA. So with these 30 points, I would like to end this session and come back with more in-depth sessions on sustainable living, taking each one of them and trying to get the facts and figures. so that it can make an impact to us. We can leave a better, greener world to our children and grandchildren, and they will not curse us. Thank you, everybody, and good day.